I think I'd probably plumb for the E-Type Jaguar because I think the styling of that was just fantastic. For the money it cost at the time, the performance of the car was amazing compared to the other Ferraris and Aston Martins, which are so much more expensive. But the styling, and I think that it epitomised the 60s. If you ever going to say, you know, what made the 60s, you know, you say the Beatles, you say Twiggy, you've got to include E-Type there in the top 10 thing that made the 60s. And I think that was a defining moment in time.
At just over £2,000 new, the E-Type was half the price of a contemporary Aston Martin or Ferrari.
It looked so different, and in terms of the design concept, I think it looked far more like it was complying to the principles of today's design, where we're aware of all the subliminal messages that cars give over. I think in just those terms, it was hugely revolutionary and an enormous impact on the car market and the consumer.
Developed from Jaguar's D-Type racing car, which dominated Le Mans, winning 5 times, the E-Type featured independent rear suspension and disc brakes all round. But it was the top speed of 150 miles an hour that really stole the headlines.
At the time, 150 miles an hour for a production road car, I think, was by far the fastest that had ever been produced. So it really was the first supercar.
The E-Type was available as a coupe and a convertible. The original car was strictly a 2-seater, but in 1966, Jaguar launched the E-Type 2+2, which offered seating in the back for 2 small children.
Most people look at it, admire it. There's no jealousy with a car like this. People just like to see the car on the road.
Jaguar made more than 72,000 E-Types at their Coventry plant between 1961 and 1974. And in the late 80s classic car boom, E-Types were changing hands for as much as £100,000.